I really fucking hate that happened to you. Because I feel like somewhere along the way, you might have started to lose like the love for the creating of it.
100%. I really do wonder if I would have liked art, something that simple. I really wonder if I would have kept dancing.
What does my friendship feel like?
Ooh, it feels like with arms wide open.
Under the sunlight.
It feels like a warm and juicy hug. You know what a fun word is that comes to mind? Salubrious. And
what does that word mean?
And it speaks to, well, I'm kind of playing off of some other quotes that talk about the warm breath of experience. There's like a lusciousness to who you are and to our time together that I definitely don't experience elsewhere. And yeah, it feels fun. It feels silly, playful, and I guess youthful as well. Ageless, timeless.
I love that.
I think timeless because we've also been old hags together as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I manifested our friendship. You remember that?
I do.
I was, I was like, okay, how old were you when the first Missy video came out?
I think 9.
I was watching it at my grandma's house. I hadn't even started acting yet. I was like 10 years old watching it at my abuelita's house in Ontario. And I don't know what provoked me to say this because I didn't know what, like, I just was like, I'm going to be your friend. And everybody was like, you're not going to be your fucking friend, girl. And then a year later, I was like, oh shit, we're in the same audition right now. I remember my mom was like, remember, this is who you said you're going to be your friend. But I think I was trying to be cool. And so I was like, yeah, no, I saw her in there. And you were like, okay. It's just because I was trying to be cool. I didn't want to like love bomb you yet, you know? I wanted to like make sure you knew I was cool so that when I showed you I loved you, you were like...
I could receive it.
Exactly. I didn't want you to look at me as a fan.
21 years later.
I'm still a fan.
And now I'm a fan, a big fan. I'm already crying. Silly. But yeah, this was destiny, as they would say.
I like that for us.
Destiny's Child. How do you feel our experiences as child actors affected us similarly and differently?
You've always seen it as a business, I think, which I did not. But you also had so much more responsibility on how you needed to pull in fiscally. And I really fucking hate that happened to you. Because I feel like somewhere along the way, you might have started to lose like the love for the creating of it.
100%.
And I think that's the difference. I didn't feel like I had that much, I didn't have to do it in the way that you did. And I feel like that really robbed you of like any sort of childlike joy that you could have walked into these spaces with. I remember when we were, you know, in Jam X Kids, or we would be on, or we were in the JCPenney's commercial. Like you were like, everybody was playing, learning, playing, and you were like the assistant to the choreographer all the time. You were right there with the producers. You were trying to understand story structure at like 9 years old. And it felt like you never had the opportunity to like make a mistake. And I still see that with you sometimes. And it makes me very upset. And I want to beat the shit out of everyone that ever took that from you, because you were one of the coolest kids. Like as a kid, you were one of the coolest kids. And it sucks because then everybody else then treated you like that. You know, even like the adults would look to you for approval. And like, fuck, man, you don't know how to make sense of that at like 8, 9 years old, even 15. I remember I would just call you to check on you and you were working on a show and you're like, there might be a role on here for you. And I'm like, no, I miss my friend. And I didn't know what that was at that time. I just was like, wait, I want to get to know you, but you never had the chance to really get to know yourself. And I feel like I see you doing it now. And, you know, leave whatever you need to leave behind to like grab yourself back again. And if you decide you ever want to do anything that, whatever you decide you ever want to do, you can do on your own accord, with your own, like with you face forward, you know, create how you fucking want to create, whatever it is. You deserve that. You deserve to say, fuck every system there is out there. That's how I feel like it was similar and different.
I really do wonder if I would have liked art, something that simple. I really wonder if I would have kept dancing. If I would have been able to enjoy the way that I see you enjoying moments on stage, off stage, behind the scenes. And so simultaneously, I, you know, have a lot of grief in what you're describing. And it's also why I feel so like proud, grateful, excited for the fact that your trajectory is happening at a time when you got a chance to like form an identity first. Because we do need storytellers in the world, and you are a storyteller, and the fact that you can stay connected to the beauty of that and the power of that is like so sacred, and it's such a gift. And I feel so like grateful that you and some other peers, I don't know if it feels like this for you, but we're like kind of protected, shielded from what that, how that affected some of us, so that you can like preserve the pure love for performing. I feel like you have such a sense of stability in, which I don't know that you always feel that, but you do, in knowing like what you will and won't do in this industry. And I just see this, you know, kind of like a tree that you can bend, but you're not going to break. And that's like amazing.
But I get a lot of that strength from you. Like, I mean that. You, like, as silly as it sounds, watching you on TV at such a young age and being like, I'm going to be her friend. Like, you were such an inspiration to me at that time. And then when I finally got into the group, you were the only one that was really nice to me. And the fact that you were so established, right? So I just was like, oh, wow, a friend. Fuck, man. I hate that happened to you, because I know you love art. I don't think it's that would I have loved it. I know you love it. And it pisses me off that you had to commodify it at such a young age. And I know now, even then, everything becomes a commodification. It's hard to separate yourself from like your money, and you are the money source. But it's also like, but you're the source of love that you get to receive in the world, and you're the source of joy and play. And how do you turn off that part of your brain that's like, I have to pay the bills since you were fucking 5 and just get to like, you know, eat cereal on the couch. And then on top of that, your fucking tummy issues. It's like, you can't get a break, bro. It's like, it's crazy.
I do have a sensitive stomach.
You are. It's because of all that stress you had.
No, for real. That's what the research shows.
For real, I wasn't able to poop for like years because of all of it. And now finally my cortisol levels are regulated, and I'd be like every morning. It's great.
This is Annie, everyone.
When have you seen me the most vulnerable, and what did it teach you about caring for others?
When have I seen you the most vulnerable, and what did it teach me about caring for others? Okay, just stop me if it feels like it's too personal or you don't want this shared.
Oh shit, I felt you like drop in.
Maybe around 2020, when a lot of us were having this reckoning with our own kind of racialized socialization. If we hadn't already deconstructed, we were starting to look more deeply at the systems we inhabit and what our positionality is in society. And it felt like there was a pressure on you to be able to own that you're Latina, and like for you to know your history, for you to have a certain connection to ancestor, for you to understand the spiritual practices, and to be the perfect version of all of these different identity markers and the identity politics of it. And even like your journey of learning to speak Spanish felt really vulnerable, and like it seemed from afar, at least, that you were trying to figure out your honest version of it, so that you weren't just doing it because it felt like you needed to check it off, but more so like, okay, who am I actually, and what does this mean for me and within my truth? I feel like that requires a vulnerability and a willingness to actually kind of go against the grain in some ways, where you're not just trying to follow the broader conversation that dips its toes in identity politics, but you're trying to actually be able to say like, no, this is where that feels authentic, and this is where like we have to graduate beyond this conversation and see the breadth of who we are.
I love hearing you articulate how you see me, because it's really nice. It's like the way that I dressed today, right? I walked in and one of the producers was like, "Oh my God, you look like a 90s rom-com star." And I go, that is exactly what I was going for.
Yes.
So when you hear someone that knows you so intimately that can see, and we've like talked about some of it, and some of it you're like, I see the way that you're doing, that you've been navigating this, and I think that's really cool. That makes me feel like validated and like gratified, because I don't want to, I'm like, fuck man, I'm 6th generation. I grew up in East LA, but I fell in love with like Barbara Streisand and Bette Midler. My dad wasn't around. I didn't grow up watching telenovelas. My mom was young. I didn't have a lot of friends, even though I was in the entertainment industry at a young age. I didn't have any fucking friends. I was bullied. And so I never fit in. So I think me being this thing that you keep saying is like courageous and going against the grain, I didn't know where the fucking grain was. If I knew where it was, I might have tried to go on it. It might have been easier in that way. But to me, there was like, I think there was just already some, it was like it wasn't supposed to be easy. It just was supposed to be whatever it was supposed to be for me. And along the way, I'm super happy that I found someone like you who also has their own specific version of that, And it resonates deeply, because I don't think that we try and do anything that's gonna appeal. I think maybe we have definitely in the past tried to operate so that it's like, do you think I'm good? Am I good enough? Did I do this thing enough? Okay, we're always trying to be good. And I feel us both washing away this idea of fuck good. Like, what's honest? What is me, right? And I know that if I'm vibrating in a space of authenticity and truth, then I know every good, beautiful, honest, life-enriching opportunity will come my way. And not just like in work, but opportunity in love, opportunity in self-discovery, opportunity in like exploring the world, in play, in like walking down the street and someone being like, hey, want this, like, you want a week of blah, blah, blah for free? And you're like, oh my God, I've been wanting to do that. Like, thank you. You know?
I love that you would actually be the person who would say yes. I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'm working. So thank you for being open to life.
And I'm going to give you some of that because I need some of what you have too. Like that pragmatism, that like how bold you are. You wrote a fucking book like about your life. You're trying to help children who experienced similar pain and trauma and seeing how it's manifested through their lives to help them in the entertainment industry not be exploited. Like that is, if that's not courageous and brave and beautiful and colorful and stylish, I don't know what the fuck is. Don't you ever disrespect my friend again?
Thank you.
I love you.
What is your greatest hope for me?
My greatest hope for you, and it's not even a hope because you're doing it. I know you're doing it. I'm so excited, I will say. I will not hope for it because I know it in my heart. It's certain. I'm excited to see you fully embrace all the parts of yourself that you've apologized for.
Ooh, skin crawly.
Yeah. And I know you're on that journey right now. Like you're doing it. You're actively pursuing like the fullness of yourself. And yeah, I'm excited. Like I know you're so smart because you're just smart, but I also know that part of that is hypervigilance and making sure that you don't come off any sort of way than your intention. But I think you're realizing like, yeah.
People are gonna perceive accordingly, regardless.
Yeah. We've never been allowed to make mistakes. And in this culture too, you know? My little brother said it about a theater production he's creating. He's like, everybody wants a finished product. But we're all just working drafts.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, thank you. I am excited, like with the book now, everyone's gonna know everything. I'm excited that I'm at the point where I'm exercising the freedom to speak, knowing there will be consequences that I cannot control.
Yeah.
And I have been so afraid of the consequences that I have kept everything in. So now I'm like, okay, I'm not saying that what I'm doing is right. I'm saying I've just accepted that in order for me to move forward and tell you what happened, like these are all the experiences, and then let the consequences unfold.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. And my greatest hope for you is to trust your intelligence. And I don't want to use the word brilliance because I think that can skirt around the specific kind of intelligence I'm focusing on, which is actual intellectual, bona fide, cognitive intelligence. You, of course, artistically, and like there are so many forms of embodied intelligence, relational intelligence, and like you are smart and not just artistic ideas, but like operationalizing them. Being the showrunner who understands the mechanics, who can be the spine of something. Like you can provide the structure of the house that then gets filled with all of the different ideas and different creative people. Like, trust that, yes, we know you can flow, and you also do have the discipline, do have the cognitive wherewithal, do have the tools to really like be whatever version of leader you desire to be.
Thanks for saying that. That means a lot.
Yeah, trust it. Trust it, trust it, trust it.
I told her I didn't feel smart the other day, so thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love you.
I love you.
I think we feel close. It's pretty deep, but also I think what I felt was just how much we've grown. So it wasn't like, this is the first time we've ever encountered a question like this. Like I have all of these decks, so I'm always asking these questions.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah. Oh my God. I cried. This is my first time playing this game.
Well,
Outside of your house.
okay.
This is freaking great. Like, I would love to, like, play this with my dad and my mom and my brothers and sisters, you know?
I feel like this is irreplaceable. Full body listening, space to really drop in. And the more that I'm on my devices every day, the more that I'm busy-minded with like news and this and that, like the less connected I am to these kind of moments. These become luxury. These become like even more sacred.
Is probably the most powerful thing we can do, because you can go clock into 9 to 5 and you can do the thing, but if you don't have, I like that, a sense of how your nervous system works and how you operate in the world, you're never really going to be able to connect with anything else. I think that's why it is easier to do this then.
Yeah.
I need these decks.
Yeah. And that's exciting to hear from you, because 10 years ago, you would have been saying, I need these dicks.
And I still don't say that.
If you love the And conversations or the And products, visit theskindeep.com/shop so you can purchase our products and experiences. Subscribe to any of our social media channels, and we really want to stay in touch and connect, improving the world one conversation at a time.